Arrests and executions of famous people. This was posted by Mary O'Connor, and it says the list of the first 81 celebrities who have been arrested or executed. We present to you the list of the 81 names of famous political actors, singers who served the deep state, but many of them have been arrested and have already been executed. We have told you in previous articles, but also in videos, that many of those who committed horrific crimes against humanity will be arrested. Of course, many of you thought we were writing and saying inaccuracies by spreading false news. Because this issue with the arrests is serious, and we know that there is a war against Trump by the systemic media, which have taken a lot of money to intimidate the world with issues such as COVID-19, vaccines, fines, and all the negatives, now to keep the world in a negative. We also take care to give you the right information. Today, Thursday, June 4th, 2020, in Slaughter, we publish a long list of 81 names of celebrities, some of whom have been arrested and others have been executed. This is because you need to know exactly what is going on and understand who is insulting your intelligence and attempting to make a fool out of you. Already many in the world have been exposed to their big lies, such as politicians, journalists, actors, and others, trying to convince us of a virus that kills, about how necessary vaccines and other such nonsense are, which turned out to be a big lie. Of course, in all this mockery of the mockeries, they have mixed the President of the United States, Donald Trump, who of course has been fighting the deep state for 3 years. And on the occasion of the corona, he started arresting all those who have committed crimes against humanity. As we told you, the COVID-19 was a cover for the mass arrests. The lockdowns are made so that there is no unnecessary traffic on the streets and the work of the international police is facilitated. As we previously reported, the COVID-19 virus was the cover for the mass arrests. The lockdowns are made so that there is no unnecessary traffic on the streets and the work of the international police is facilitated. The arrests are being made by special police teams in plain clothes. We saw the arrest of Obama. The arrest was made simply and quickly so as not to be noticed by the public. All these arrests were made in this way. If convicted of child trafficking, pedophilia, or crimes against humanity, he/she will be executed. If convicted, they will be executed. Before the trial, if the person has proof of someone else who was involved in this diabolical business or is willing to work with Trump and snitch, he or she agrees to a certain stipulation on analog videotape and signed on a contract in order for a possible life sentence. They are allowed to work with President Trump if they have verifiable evidence and live behind bars until they die. When a negotiation is completed, the defendant must present what he has to mitigate his sentence. This information is provided to the prosecution, the defense, and the judge. If accepted, the plea agreement is presented, and then they must make a written statement and admit guilt for the crime with a video confession and a written statement. This is how all processes work. All the people arrested were traitors or involved in satanic worship ceremonies, which involved torturing children and then killing them as a sacrifice. Then they drank their blood, which contained adrenoceptor, chromium, adrenochrome. These are called crimes against humanity and demand death as punishment. Trump has signed an executive order calling for the death penalty for these involved in crimes against humanity or treason to be brought to justice and sentenced to death. And this is how the betrayal is characterized. If the detainees took orders from the deep state and carried out those orders, this is called betrayal. Obama said, "I just followed orders." Yes, that made him a traitor. He made a deal and was allowed to live for a while to help Trump. But in the process, he violated the waiver agreement and was ordered to appear before the judge. He was sentenced to death. Obama was executed by shooting in the back of the head. Big Mike, formerly known as Michelle Obama, was executed shortly afterwards. The general public will find out next year when all this will be released. Obama, of course, also betrayed Big Mike to make a deal. All those arrested made a confessional video to negotiate, even if it was a mere death by lethal injection, instead of being shot by a group or hanged. Deadly injections are the preferred way to die. You must sleep, and you just sleep and don't wake up. It is painless and peaceful. Big Mike chose the lethal injection. The people who have already been executed have human body doubles used as stand-ins or artificial intelligence AI clones, which are used as good replacements to make people believe that their idol is still alive. This means that people who are not awake yet will not be angry or upset or start rioting against the government again for having someone they loved executed. Due to the television and local newspapers covering this up, celebrities such as Madonna or Tom the Hangman Hanks, or have the general public get so upset that they have to go to the hospital. Many will not be able to accept that they have been lied to throughout their entire lives about who their favorite star really was. Believe it or not, there are many Democrats out there who still love Obama and Michelle. Michelle was recently on PBS reading books to children, and Obama appeared with her as well. These are videos made with CGI. They are fake. Both are dead. Even on Greek channels, we saw a commercial with statements by Rita Wilson, who commented on the alleged death of George Floyd. The CGI. If you watch a video of a person arrested and executed on television, this is done using the CGI, which is a computer-generated imagery method. That is, with image production technology used in a computer. If the person makes a personal appearance, it will be a body double or a clone. Mike Pence, the one who you've seen lately on television with Trump, is a clone. Mike Pence was arrested long after the coup against Paul Ryan. If the mainstream news media has announced that a person has died of COVID-19, they will not have a body double or a clone in real life because people will officially know that he or she has died. Harvey Weinstein was said to have died of COVID-19. John McCain was executed and his daughter admitted it. The arrest of Hillary Clinton. It says Hillary Rodham Clinton died the day she spoke at the 9/11 event and crashed into the SUV after she was told she was under arrest. Hillary was rushed to her daughter's house because Chelsea had a medical facility for Hillary. A body double came out of residence 2 hours later and said, "I'm okay." At this medical facility at Hillary's daughter's home, Chelsea used adrenochrome to rejuvenate Hillary, having a special medical lab there to extract it from babies and blood. Her body was transported to Greenland and put on ice, cryogenics. Hillary was then thawed, her soul spiritually removed to ensure it did not go back to the demonic forces. It was put on trial in a special court and sentenced to death by hanging. All this is recorded by analog video. Also, all video confessions were made in analog video. The satanic world and the secret bases and tunnels on Earth, by the way, Guantanamo Bay, Gitmo, prisons are full, which is why there is currently construction going on there. Some of these arrested are under house arrest or in Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, which is in Cuba. Litigation is still ongoing and a possible better conviction is being negotiated. Bill Gates, for example, will not be able to negotiate a more favorable sentence due to the worldwide crimes against humanity that he has committed and implemented. Bill Gates will go for execution. There are many who have been arrested and are not on this list because they were simply not famous enough. Thousands of arrests have been made. Special covert military forces, which President Trump has created, continue to make more arrests worldwide. We do not give you dates for arrests or executions because we simply do not have that information. Most of these people have been charged with crimes against humanity, and some have been accused of treason. Some were charged with both. This article was conveniently erased from my device in the middle of translating this. If my source sends me another, I'll complete this article. This was translated from a Greek electronic periodic periodicile. I've already posted 2 videos from this article. The deep state knows who I am as well. M7.